Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been looking at Xreal AR glasses lately, you've probably noticed that things have gotten a little confusing. We now have the Xreal One, the upgraded Xreal One Pro, and the newer Xreal One S, plus this optional Neo accessory. So the big question is simple. Which one actually makes sense for you, and are the upgrades really worth the extra money? In this video, I'll break everything down clearly using real-world experience and plain language so you can decide without the marketing hype. Let's start with what all three glasses have in common because this is important. At their core, all of these are display-first AR glasses. They're not full VR headsets, and they're not true mixed reality devices like Apple Vision Pro. Instead, think of them as portable virtual screens you wear on your face. You plug them into a phone, laptop, gaming handheld, or PC using a single USB-C cable, and instantly you're looking at a massive virtual display floating in front of you. No batteries inside the glasses, no charging required. They pull power directly from the device you connect them to. Now, starting with the Xreal One, this is the most affordable and simplest option. It gives you dual 1080p OLED displays running at 120 Hz, around 600 nits of brightness, and a 50-degree field of view. In real-world terms, that feels like watching a roughly 147-inch screen from a few meters away. The colors are vivid, you get full blue light protection, and the image quality is still very solid even today. The One also uses Xreal's in-house X1 chip, which gives you 3 degrees of freedom tracking. That means you can lock the screen in place, turn your head left or right, and the display stays where you put it instead of moving with you. Latency is extremely low, around 3 milliseconds, so gaming feels responsive even for fast-paced shooters or racing games. However, the biggest downside of the Xreal One is reflections. Because of the older prism design, outside light can reflect inside the lenses. Things like bright shirts, necklaces, or room lighting can show up at the bottom of your view, especially in bright environments. For some people it's manageable, but for others it becomes distracting, especially when watching movies or playing darker games. That's where the Xreal One Pro comes in. On paper, the upgrades don't look massive, but in real use they matter. The One Pro keeps the same 1080p resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate, but brightness jumps to about 700 nits, and the field of view increases to 57 degrees. That makes the screen feel closer to a 171-inch display, and it's noticeably bigger and brighter than the regular one. But the real upgrade is the redesigned flatter prism. This dramatically reduces reflections and glare. For many users, this alone is the reason to choose the Pro. Watching movies feels cleaner, darker scenes look better, and you're not constantly reminded of what you're wearing or what's around you. Performance-wise, the One Pro behaves almost exactly like the One. Same X1 chip, same 3DoF tracking, same ultra-low latency, same follow mode, fixed mode, picture-in-picture, 3D mode, and ultra-wide mode. Ultra-wide does feel slightly better on the Pro because of the wider field of view, but it still requires turning your head to see the edges, so it's more of a niche feature. Comfort is also excellent. At around 87 grams, the One Pro feels like wearing sunglasses. It comes with flexible temples, interchangeable nose pads, and electrochromic dimming that lets you block out external light almost instantly, which is fantastic for flights, gaming in bed, or just focusing in bright rooms. Both the One and One Pro also support the optional Xreal Eye camera. This adds 6 degrees of freedom tracking and lets you anchor screens in physical space, plus take photos or short videos. That said, for most people, it's not essential. It adds cost, and many users don't find themselves needing full spatial anchoring when the screen already follows or locks so smoothly. Now let's talk about the Xreal One S, because this one changes the conversation. The S1 is positioned as a display-first upgrade that sits between simple AR glasses and full XR devices. Compared to the original One, nearly every display spec gets better. Resolution increases to 1200p, brightness goes up to around 700 nits, color coverage improves to 108% sRGB, the field of view expands slightly to 52 degrees, and the aspect ratio changes to 16:10, which makes it feel more like a proper monitor replacement for work and productivity. The S1 is also lighter than both One models at around 82 grams, and it's extremely comfortable for long sessions. It stays in place well, doesn't pinch, and feels discreet enough for mixed environments like offices or public spaces. The build is solid, though slightly plasticky, and the flexible ear hooks help reduce fatigue over time. Where the S1 really stands out is how polished the experience feels. You still get follow mode and anchor mode powered by the X1 chip, but follow mode is smoother and does a great job of reducing natural head jitter. Anchor mode pins the screen in space in a way that feels more natural and immersive, even though it's still only 3D off. Switching modes is instant, latency stays around 3 milliseconds, and everything feels responsive and stable. The electrochromic auto-tinting lenses on the S1 are another major highlight. Instead of manually adjusting dimming, the lenses automatically respond to lighting changes. When you look down at your phone or laptop, the tint clears. When you look up at the virtual screen, it darkens again. It sounds small, but in daily use, it's one of those features that makes the glasses feel smarter and more comfortable, especially for work. Another standout feature on the S1 is Real 3D. This is real-time 2D to 3D conversion built directly into the glasses. No apps, no special content, no DRM. It works on almost everything you watch. Is it perfect? No. Sometimes edges get fuzzy, hair can confuse the depth, and objects may flicker between foreground and background. But when it works, it adds real depth and immersion, and it's something that can improve further with firmware updates. Audio on all three models is handled by built-in Bose-tuned speakers. They're clear, convenient, and fine for quiet environments, but they do leak sound at higher volumes and lack deep bass. For movies or gaming, headphones or earbuds still give the best experience. Finally, there's the Neo accessory for the S1. This adds a 10,000 mAh battery, up to 60-watt fast charging, and acts as a video hub. It makes devices like the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 plug and play, extends usage time without draining your phone or laptop, supports magnetic mounting with MagSafe or Pixel Snap, and even includes a small kickstand. It's optional, but it turns the S1 into a much more flexible portable setup. So, which one should you choose? If you're on a tight budget and want solid AR display glasses, the Xreal One still delivers. If reflections bother you and you want the cleanest image with a larger, brighter screen, the Xreal One Pro is the premium choice. But if you want the best balance of price, display upgrades, comfort, smart features like auto-tinting and real-time 3D, and the option to expand with Neo, the S1 easily offers the strongest overall value. At the end of the day, none of these are bad choices. It really comes down to how much you care about reflections, display upgrades, and smart usability features. Let me know in the comments which one you'd pick and why. And if this video helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.